So, guys, this is the new presentation, and it starts with our vision. And this is our vision from now on, guys. Now, I know this is it, so I'm asking you to clear your brain, blank it out, blank out everything, and absorb this new. Become a new guest with me for a few minutes, but I'm going to walk you through as we go along. Our vision is to build wealth, travel the world, and make a difference together. See, what we're going to offer people is the opportunity to do this with us. Yeah, you could do it on your own. You could go out and find a way to build wealth, and you could go travel on your own and take all kinds of trips and you could do all types of things to make a difference in your community, charitable, whatever they may be. But we're going to ask you to do it with us. Do it together. Because what we're finding is most people never start doing it. And the number one reason why is they don't know how, they don't know where, and they don't have anyone to do it with. Of course, the income disclaimer will be part of the presentation. But when you get down to building wealth, traveling the world, and making a difference, here's why we think it's so important, guys. When you look at what the economy's like today, 77% of Americans are worried about their finances, and it's affecting their mental health. And guys, this is a pile-on of what I think the pandemic has already done to mental health in our country. So imagine the effect of a pandemic on mental health, followed by catastrophic inflation and financial issues. We're in a very, very different and unique time. Let's talk about what that means. Credit card. It had to be the bridge and the cap for people to survive in today's economic times, which means credit card balances have reached an all-time high of over $1 trillion in the last quarter of 2023. And because these cards were being used to live on, obviously if they couldn't afford to live before they used the cards, what's the likelihood that they can pay back these cards in a timely fashion? Which means credit card delinquency is climbing at an alarming rate. Car reproduction. So many people are having to turn back in these expensive car loans because of what inflation is doing to their purchasing power. They said that car repossession is averaging over 200,000 a month. 200,000 people are losing their mode of transportation a month, and it's destroying their credit because of the repossession on their credit report. Now, here's probably the most unique statistic of them all. For the first time in America, not only is it not affordable to buy a home, it's not even affordable to rent. Now, usually it was a great time to buy, so you didn't know, or it's a great time, it's a bad time to buy, so you would rent. But what do you do when it's a bad time to buy and you can't afford to rent? When you take what it costs to qualify for the average home or even the average rental, you'd have to have an annual salary of $115,000, which we know would only be the top 10% of people in America, which means 90% of the people can't afford to buy or rent. Which means foreclosures are spiking and climbing to an all-time high. People are losing their homes. And usually if you find yourself in a home you no longer can afford, the first thing that you do is try to sell it. But if people can't buy, you don't even have an outlet to sell it. So foreclosures are now up 28%, losing their home. When you look at what inflation actually does, because you hear this word inflation being thrown around a lot, But what inflation means is the cost of goods and services is going up tremendously. But when they calculated what did that actually break down to, they came out with $7,000 is the average spending power lost in America during this inflationary increase. That's about $600, I think, a month, or $625, or somewhere in there. Less that your money goes every month. And I remember when my mom would pull up and after going to the grocery store and say, y'all go out there and get them bags, because it would be a car full of bags for that couple of $100. The new generation don't experience that, because you can bring those 3 bags in with you when you come for that same couple of $100. People are really having to make decisions between food or gas for their car to get back and forth to work. We're in some very, very serious times. I mean, do you agree that this is a problem? Because if you're part of that 77% who thinks it is, you got to take action now. Because waiting will only make things worse. But if you're part of the 23% that are currently okay and this hasn't really affected you, the question is, how long before it does? See, 20 years ago, I used to give a speech about, if you don't help people succeed, how long do you think they'll passively sit by while you ride by in your Mercedes? And here we are 20 years later, and robbery and carjacking and smashing and grabbing in stores and running out of grocery stores with shopping carts full of food that they're not paying for has become such a regular occurrence, they stopped showing it on the news. And so it's not just a problem for those that's going through it, it's a problem for everyone. I remember an interview with Tupac Shakur where he said, well, first we'll protest and yell about the problem. But then eventually we're going to stop yelling and start kicking down doors to fix the problem. And guys, that's where we are if we don't do something fast. So if we're a company that has the answer, and what qualifies us to have the answer? We've got an experienced executive team, solid company with extremely unique benefits. We've got a proven track record of putting money in people's pockets with billions in sales, $6 million bonuses paid, hundreds of $100,000 income earners and ring wearers, tens of thousands have earned an extra $1,000 a month with our company, which would more than cover the shortfall of inflation. And how did we do that? We did it with travel. A $10 trillion annual sales business. And here's why travel is so unique. Because despite everything I just said to you, they're expecting a return to pre-pandemic travel trends in 2024. People are traveling more than they ever have before. Travel spending is expected to increase this year to levels beyond what it was pre-pandemic. Digital travel sales will reach an all-time high of people booking their travel online. So in the heat of the financial distress, guess what people have decided? They've decided the only way I can tackle this stress, this mental health, is to travel. And so although I don't know how I'm going to make all the ends meet, here's what I'm definitely going to do. I'm going on vacation. I'm going to take my family somewhere and rejuvenate and attempt to gain the strength to continue to deal with the issues that face us. Travel, as we already knew, is not just going to be about memories, but it's going to be about healing through the economic times that we're in. And so we've got the perfect product for the time. Let me tell you who we are. We're Surge 365. We're a travel technology company. See, for people who want to build a network of people who love to travel, we're going to give them the technology to do that. See, for people who love to shop e-commerce so they can look around and find the best deals, we're going to give them the technology to do that. For people who love to make money off the things they buy and compensate themselves, we're going to give them the technology to do that. For people who want access to wholesale travel and deep discount shopping, we're going to give them the technology that allows them to do that. Because when you look at travel, it really breaks down very simply to two groups of people, those who travel for leisure and those who travel for business, which would be called. And when you look at how people access travel, it really breaks down to two things. Those who do it themselves through e-commerce, sites like Expedia, Travelocity, Booking.com, and those who use travel agents, or as we call them, travel advisors. Those are the only two ways. Two clientele, two ways they access it. And we can show you how to do both. The first piece of technology you get is your personalized site. So you're going to get a website that allows you to have your friends, family, anyone you know, and even people you don't, go to your site, shop, and see if they can find the best price and book it. It's the same hotels, cruises, cars as any other site out there. The big difference is when they book, you get paid. And not only is it a travel site, but it's got so many more things that complement travel so well. One, travel guard. You should never, in today's environment, travel without travel insurance. We always recommend that you get it, and they can get it right there on your site when they book, and have that insurance cover them for anything that may happen. If you're traveling to a special event, why not also buy the tickets for that event from your site? See, if you're going to go fly across the country to go to a Beyonce concert like so many people did, or a Taylor Swift concert, why wouldn't you have bought the tickets from your own website if that's what you're going to do? And more people are taking the option of a destination wedding rather than trying to get 200 family members to spend a ton of money. They get the closest 50 and they go to a beautiful island with a backdrop, a view, a memory that you'll never, ever be able to get out of your mind. But now, not only can you book that, but you can also set up the honeymoon registry, and they can get all their gifts be bought as part of the wedding arrangement while they're there, all on your site. And if you're deciding to leave the country, you're going to need a passport, and in some cases, you're even going to need a visa. Why not get that from your website? And see, the most important and most powerful thing about it, guys, is you get paid on everything they book on your site. Then you have those people who it's so important to get the best price. They are absolutely, positively price driven. And we have what's called the Vortex. This is the second piece of technology you get. It's a password protected engine that you can offer to your friends, family, and everybody you know. And they can go in and get deeper discounts 80% of the time. And you earn larger commissions up to 60% of what they save. What does that translate to? Well, here's an example. Dubai, 7 nights, lowest internet price, $21.33. Our Vortex price is $14.26. That's a savings of $707 over the average internet price. And if they book it, you earn $424. How many people do you need to book at $424 for this to start to make a difference in your finances on a monthly basis? Hey, Disney, family vacation, 7 nights, 2 bedrooms, lowest internet price, $14.32. Our Vortex price is $1,100. That's a savings of $332, and you earn $199. How many families do you need to book Disney on your site for that to start to make a difference in your household on a monthly basis? Just a weekend in New York. Lowest internet price, $8.59. Our Vortex price for that same trip is $6.77. They save $182. You make $109. Are you starting to see how you can beat that shortfall and make a difference in your household? The last piece of technology you get is for those who join our company. They have access to a wholesale, personal, and close family member booking engine. And this is not something you sell. This is for you to use to make sure you're getting the absolute cheapest prices. And the number one reason why people should join us and travel the world with us. Look at our prices. South Africa, 7 nights. That's a $5,128 trip. Our member price is $779. You save $4,349 to take that trip. A week in Las Vegas, $1,426 is the lowest online price. Our price, $557. That's a savings of $869. Bali, Indonesia, 7 nights, $5,834. Our price, $2,565. That's a savings of $3,269. See, these trips that have only been a dream in the past, are they not becoming more and more achievable when you have access to this type of pricing as part of our team? And not only that, you get deep discounts at some of your favorite stores you absolutely are familiar with, like a Walgreens or a Macy's, and deep discounts at over 18,000 restaurants. So membership really does have its privileges. Who's our competition? You go, well, Chris, couldn't everybody do this? Well, I don't know. Let's look at it. Expedia, Travelocity, brands like this, that would be our technology competition. But guess how much they spend on ads? Almost $1 billion a month to get people to come to their site. Now, imagine comparing the two travel sites. One is highly advertised. The other is owned by your mom. Her site functions exactly the same way theirs does and has all the same inventory and pricing that theirs does. So who do you buy from? The Faceless Corporation or mom? See, I don't know about you, but mom wins every time for me. If I'm getting the same thing at the same prices, but if I do it with my mom, she gets paid and it makes a difference in her household. Or I do it with a faceless corporation that just fuels their profit. Who am I doing it with every time? We're doing it with mom. It just makes sense, guys. Given a choice, it just makes sense. Your relationship and our technology, that equals business for us and commission for you. The more effective for us and way better for you. Honestly, guys, we have an unfair advantage. They have never created a commercial that has the relationships we have and the ability to answer questions and elaborate as people need to make them feel comfortable to move forward. We truly have an unfair advantage. Word of mouth is still the greatest form of marketing on the planet. So now, how does all this translate to wealth? Well, the first step to building wealth, guys, is you got to start making money. Have you ever heard the saying, it takes money to make money? Well, it's not just a saying, it's true. So what if we could start off by showing you some life-changing income? What if we could show you how to make $100,000 in the next 200 days? So I didn't say next 2 years. I didn't say in 4 years after you get a college degree. I said in the next 200 days. Would it make a difference in your life? Could you save some of it? Could you invest some of it? Let me show you how we do it. See, when you build that network of people who love to travel and you get 100 of those people in your team builder group, on the first 100 days, you'll earn $51,000 and you'll qualify for our accelerated director position. And we'll get you that coveted director jacket, and I'll go through more detail about that in a minute. And then now you and those 100 people over the next 100 days will put 100 more people into that group. See, not you by yourself, you and everyone with you. You'll make another $51,000 and qualify for the $100,000 wealth builder ring and earn $100,000 in your first 200 days. When I talked about the jacket, guys, as you get promoted through our director ranks, you get a jacket. You see some of the new jackets that are black. You see the second level director. That jacket also comes with a car. I'll go into detail. You see the third level jacket that's the gold color. You see the red jacket, which is our ambassadors. You see our wealth builder rings. See, guys, now listen to me. Everything we're sharing with you, somebody has done. This is not theory. This is not pie in the sky. Every single thing we're sharing with you, someone has done in this company. See, when you look at our wealth builder rings, at 100,000, you get the first ring. It has that onyx in the middle, and then at 250, the sapphire. 500,000, you get the ruby. At $750,000 short of $1 million, you get this ruby ring. At $1 million, you get the diamond. Guys, I'll just take the top two. You see the couple in the gray jacket rolling on tours earned that ruby ring at over $750,000. And the red jacket behind the woman in the black jacket in the lower level is Arlen Thompson, who also earned that $750,000 ring in a 12-month period of time. You see the woman in the gold jacket, Juliet St. John, she earned the diamond $1 million ring in a 12-month period of time. This is not theory. This has all been done. And now you enter our director program, the most coveted recognition and director program in the industry. And what makes it so special? It's simple, guys. Rather than take the money you just made and do what most people do when they make money, and that is go out and buy things that shows people you're making money, go out and get a new car, go out and get a new watch. Why don't you just keep helping people and let us buy it for you? At level 2, which once you help 3 people get through that program and make $100,000 in their first 200 days, you'll become a level 2 director with us. And at that point, you can now drive the company Jeep. It's just a little tool to help you with your own advertising. To tool around town and head to the beach in a Jeep, take the top off, take the doors off. Well, leave the doors on because it says Search 365 on the door. You want everybody to at least see that. But guys, when you help 3 people become a level 2 director, you become a level 3. And now you get to pick a car that one day you'll get to keep. So you'll get to choose between the Mercedes, the Jaguar, or the BMW. If you had a choice, which one of the 3 cars would you choose? And then when you help 3 people make that choice for themselves, you go to level 4. Level 4, you get to choose between a Rolex watch and maybe a vacation on a catamaran or yacht for you and your family. I like the concept of the Rolex watch. See, a car is great if people see you in the parking lot. But once you're in the building, what distinguishes you from everybody else? See, guys, with all the watches in the world, a study just came out and still said Rolex is the most prestigious watch you could wear. When people see that, they're going to know you've done something special in your life, and you're probably somebody special to know. And when you help 3 people get to level 4, you move to level 5. And now you move up to the real toys. You get to pick between a Lamborghini, a Bentley, convertible or sedan, or even a Ferrari. I can tell you from experience, it's a driving experience you'll never, ever get used to. It will be exciting and exhilarating every day you do it. And it will absolutely encourage people that they can do and be anything in life when they see you in it. And when you help 3 people become level 5 and get to make that choice. You go to level 6, where we will give you $1 million bonus. Now, we're not going to give you $1 million all at once, because we've learned from experience, most people giving $1 million all at once tend to spend it all at once, and the tax man shows up at the end of the year for their cut. But we'll give you $500,000 up front, and then at the end of the year, we'll give you $500,000 more. So even if you were careless with the first half, you'll have the second half to take care of your taxes and everything that you need to, so that your reward doesn't become a punishment. And when you help 3 people experience that in their lives, you go to level 7. And at level 7, you get to pick between a vacation, an absolutely incredible vacation RV, or maybe a yacht. However you like to vacation most. Which one of the 3 would you pick? It's a hard one for me. I'd love to have a vacation home on the beach somewhere, but I'd love to tour the world in a Prevost motorhome. And nothing I love more than yachting, and maybe having a yacht on the south of France. Which would you pick? But most importantly, when you help 3 people get to make that choice, you become a level 8 director. Level 8 director is $100,000 a month bonus, guaranteed for 10 years certain. The average income will be $3 million plus per year at that level. The average time it should take someone to go through this list, based upon what's happened in the past, is really about 3 to 5 years. So, would you say we figured out a way to help people build wealth? I'd say we have. So what was our next mission? Travel the world. Hey guys, we're committed to this every year. Every year we go somewhere and take our people with us. If you look at these pictures behind me, what you see is us in Bali and Tahiti and India and Dubai and Romania and London, Punta Cana, Brazil, Jamaica. And we've only just begun. Why not come with us? You know, one of the number 1 reasons people don't travel, even when they have the time and the money, is no one to go with. Well, when you join our company, you'll always have someone to travel with, because that's what we love to do. We've got a trip coming up. We're going to be at the number 1 all-inclusive adult resort in the industry. Now, unfortunately, you can't go with us on that one because it is sold out. But then in August, we have a cruise. Our company convention is going to be land and sea. And that's something you can still come to. So if you hurry up and sign up, you can go in your back office and register for our convention and get ready to go on our cruise with us as early as August. And that's just the beginning. We're planning trips to Africa and so many different places. Why don't you come with us and see the world? How do you get started? It's simple. You start as a junior executive program. In that program, you get everything you need to win. You get the system, the mentors, the training, the apps, override, residual, director program. The program to 100,000 in 200 days. It's all included when you sign up into the executive program. But if you want that technology and to be able to make money through travel, then you get our travel technology package. That's $499 and $99.95 a month. You get each one of the technologies I talked about: the consumer-facing booking engine, the deeper discounted password-protected discount booking engine, and the member portal, which allows you to travel wholesale and shop wholesale for retail and restaurant discount. And $499, which honestly is less than the cost of a cell phone today, you get all of that. But here's what you also get. See, if you wanted to become a travel advisor, or if your spouse might want to do that as a side business, we cover all the fees initially to do that. The cost to be a travel advisor with our sister company is $149 one time, $49.95 a month. It's included in your $499 and $99 a month. Also, the $79 fee to be a junior executive, if you upgrade to the travel technology package in the first 10 days, we waive that initial $79 fee, and it's included in the $499. And then once you're with our company for a year, we give you an anniversary rewards trip vacation valued at over $1,000 for a 7-night stay at a minimum 4-star resort. And the moment you sign up for your travel technology package, you qualify for 100% of everything we talked about in the conference. So, honestly, guys, there's usually 3 types of people. There's people who make things happen, people who watch things happen, and people who don't know what the heck is happening. Now, I hope you're the type of person that makes things happen. And if you are, then you're probably thinking one of these 3 things. I'm either interested in saving some money on travel, or I'm interested in making some money, but I have a few questions, or I've been ready to sign up since you said 100,000 in 200 days. Tell me what I got to do to get started. Whichever one of the 3 you are, let the person who invited you down know, so we can help you to get started right away and welcome you to Church 365. Thanks for coming. As that is the new presentation.